At this stage, I've put out well over a dozen Watch Dogs Legion videos. Unfortunately, when the game released, it did not do all that well. So now that it's been over a year, I thought we'd go back and take a look to see how much it's improved. Also, I'll try to avoid spoilers for the whole video. First thing to note, I'm not going to include any DLC in this, because the majority of people that play the game are probably not going to buy the DLC. And secondly, if you haven't seen yet, Ubisoft confirmed that they're actually not going to update the game anymore. So this is essentially a final review. This is how the game's going to be for a long time. So first off, real quick, I want to talk about how it was when it released. When the game released, I can't lie, it was kind of a mess. Unfortunately, in typical Ubisoft fashion, we had bugs out the wazoo, broken gameplay mechanics, and just awful performance issues, including constant crashes. Now, let me be clear here. I don't and never did hate this game. I was really excited for it to come out, but I'd be lying if I said it didn't come out undercooked, because it really did. So first, we're just going to have a look at some of those issues. First up, I just want to show you a few bugs from the early days of the game. Now, they range from minor ones, like bodies twitching all over the place, to major ones, like soft-locking the game so you're just stuck. Let's smash through some of these real quick. Bang, number one, after you defeat someone in the fighting pit, there was a good chance that the game would just lock up. You'd just be stuck in there, and everyone's cheering you on, but the guy's already knocked out. Boom, number two, objects with physics could have their physics disabled for no reason. So they'd either fall through the floor, or you could walk through them, and then sometimes the physics would re-enable out of nowhere, and make an explosion or something. Bam, number three, sometimes enemies were invisible. And no, I don't mean cloaking or, some kind of refractive technology. I mean they literally just didn't exist. But they did exist. But they didn't. Number four, AI pathing, especially enemies, left a lot to be desired, let's just say that. Number five, things would load in straight in front of your face, be it NPCs, cars, enemies, could be really anything. So that's just 5 of some of the major bugs that were in the game months ago, before many updates. So they should be ironed out, right? We should have a much better experience. Uh-oh. Yes, if you didn't catch that, there's actually a new bug. As far as I'm aware, it wasn't there before, maybe I just never saw it, but objects would just fly around the map, just like ghosts. There it was again! What? What's with these ghosts? Ghosts again. See that? Oh, there's a bunch of them. What is going on with that? It's so strange because it never used to happen, but it seems to happen a lot now. So the game still has more than its fair share of bugs. However, the performance definitely improved. A lot less frame drops and a higher average FPS. And crashing doesn't seem to really be a problem anymore. So I do give props to that. So I'm sure they've fixed some bugs, but yeah, there's still a fair share. Oh, nice. I'm completely stuck. A few other aspects the game has improved in. They added a few nice little features, like the ability to buy from any shop that you visited from your base, which is cool. But mostly just basic things like that. Nothing that really changes the game, mostly just a few quality of life things. The water has only really slightly improved, and oh god, look at it, it's awful. It's like you're swimming around in black ink, and your character's swimming movements don't even distort the water at all. And look, there honestly are some really good aspects of the game. Someone put a lot of work into this. The voice acting, for example, is pretty good. And there's so many different voice actors for different characters. They could have easily just made it in cutscenes your character just doesn't speak. But no, they actually made it so you talk, and depending what your character is and who they're voiced by, they'll have different responses. It's really quite cool.
You with Albion?
Nah, bruv. Think more underground.
Now, in my opinion, the best part of the game was the combat. That's the whole reason I was excited for it. They showed it off in the trailers and it looked sweet. I'm sure a lot of you know what I mean. As a hitman, you can run around and use John Wick-esque style Gunkata moves, and it's really fun. Punches are snappy, kicks feel great, blocking and block breaking feels really good, and you can do finishes. It's actually pretty good hand-to-hand combat, and the gunplay is not bad either. So if you've seen the gameplay, or you've seen some of my other videos where I show it off a bit, and you think it looks fun or good, I can tell you it is. It's actually by far the best part of the game. Is it worth the full price tag of the game? Maybe not, but I would say the game is worth a decent sale. Just remember, there's probably not going to be any more updates. Now honestly, I'm not even going to talk about online, because in my opinion, it sucks. If you enjoy it, that's great. I'm glad you do. Don't let me tell you anything different. I can only speak for myself, and I think it was just largely disappointing. And I know a lot of the community agrees with that. So overall, my review is, it's a bit of a shame, because the foundation of the game is quite good. The idea behind being able to pick up any NPC you want on the street rather than having a main cast, I think is great. The combat and the gunplay are all fundamentally pretty good. It's just everything around that, everything on top of the foundation, was not executed to its fullest potential. Not even close. So in my opinion, it's not worth full price. On sale, 50% or more, maybe. If you're interested in actually trying the combat and all that, it's pretty good. And if you're a returning player, it's not really changed much. If you played 6 months ago, it's going to be about the same for you. Yeah, so that's all I've got. So until next time.